Shalom, giving all glory and honor to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah, Kwadash, double honor to our apostle, elders of great millstone, and salutation to you, sincere Rakim, that in the four corners of the earth, preaching sincerity and truth, waking up the election of Israel. Alright? Which are you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and Confucians and faces that look like the other nation, but go back onto the heritage and lineage of the true Israelites. Alright? Go back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Alright, seed of Israel. Right? Psalms chapter 99 and verse 3. Let them praise thy great and terrible name, for it is holy. Right? And we praise the name of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua because that name is great. Right? His power is beyond the imagination of the mortal mind. His power is infinite. Alright? You cannot begin to understand the greatness of our power. Alright? And how terrible in his judgment he can be. Alright? And his name is holy and ought not to be profaned among the heathens. Alright? Because his name is sacred and it's precious. Alright? And those are the names that you men of Israel, you election, 144,000 men, 1/3 women and children, alright, and a great multitude, alright, of Israel. You elections are going to be delivered by in this time that is coming. This dreaded and beautiful times, terrible times, but yet beautiful. Because despite the situation that you're going to go through and whatever circumstances that you are placed on it to be delivered, alright, some of you are going to get some close experience, alright, whereas, you know, you're going to see some of your loved ones being put to death, alright, but they're going to be coming back in those chariots. You're going to see them in the kingdom, alright, you're going to see them in the new heavenly bodies that Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua had prepared for them, alright. Some of the elect are going to be put to death, and some of them are going to remain here until Yahawah come, whatever tribulation, right, which will be given as spiritual powers. You elect men, alright. The Most High Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to equip you for that day of judgment to recompense for all the wickedness these other nations has done unto you, starting with Esau, alright, and Moab and Ammon and these Hamitic nations, right? Most High is going to bring justice and judgment, alright, for you election, your nation of Israel, starting with election. Jeremiah 10 and verse 6, for as much as there is none like unto thee, O Yahawah, thou art great, and thy name is great in might and great in power. Alright? Imagine when the heathens see, after destroying America, they see these chariots appear with Yahawah being the warlord coming out of the sky. Imagine the fear and the trembling of these nations, knowing that their time is up. Alright? And justice has come. Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged. Alright? And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servant because these nations are dead. The nation of Israel starting election is the living, because these words are life. These commandments are law, live forever. Alright? And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And who is destroying the earth? Esau. These so-called rednecks that want to be white. The Chinese, which is Moab, the Japanese, and all these other nations which destroy the earth. Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi is going to bring them to judgment. They're going to remember that name because they're going to be taken into captivity. And Israel shall do valiantly. The election on the Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi is going to make sure that everything goes in order. It's those are the governments that are set up by Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Psalms 99 and verse 3. Let them praise thy great and terrible name, for it is holy. And that's the name that we ought to be praising. No other name but Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Not Buddha, not Krishna, not Jesus, sweet Jesus, none of that. None of the gods, the idols of Egypt, of the Hamitic culture. None of the Arabian stone worshiping. None of those things, because there is no power in those idols. But there is power in the name of Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. And that's the name that is going to get you elections out of the tribulations that are coming, out of the dreaded times that are coming. When there is no resources left, that name, when you call upon it, Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi will give you your needs, and you will survive. Alright? In that name we declare unto you elections. No other name but the name of Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Alright? And by your works and by faith, according to Judges 5 and verse 11, it says, it shall rehearse a righteous act. We're rehearsing the righteous act by remembering the laws, statutes, and commandments and judgments of our Father, our beloved, and His Son. Alright? Now we give no other glory but unto Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi, B'Hashem Kodash, in the name Yahawah, in the name of His Son, in the name of His Holy Spirit. Alright? And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and you sincere Akim that preach in the four corners of the earth, delivering this word of truth unto our election of Israel. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Shalom.